Hello, I'm Dan Ash, the President and CEO of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Zoos and aquariums provide the public with essential connections to the natural world. And for the 51 million school-age children that visit the 251 facilities accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums each year, it could be their first time experiencing the wonder and the majesty of animals up close and personal. Enticed by the fun and excitement at an aquarium or zoo, children learn about animals and the natural world almost without realizing it. In 2024, 50,000 children participated in specifically focused reading programs or let their imaginations run wild at an AZA member story time. When children experience animals at an accredited zoo or aquarium, their minds are wide open to learning about the natural world. These experiences create curiosity. Curiosity fuels learning. We learn by experiencing, engaging, and reading. And this kind of learning is happening every day at AZA accredited aquariums, zoos, and science centers. It happens for the more than 6 million school kids who took part in structured educational programs in 2024, and it happens organically for the millions and millions more who are learning informally.
Everything in the natural world is interconnected. And so I think it's a really unique place that we get to talk to our visitors and our program participants about plants and animals and how they rely on each other and how they are all interconnected and how we are all interconnected.
Anytime I'm able to kind of see or spark some type of curiosity or see that light bulb go off, is something that excites me and continues to motivate me.
We really want our visitors and the participants in our programs to come to the zoo to have fun, but to leave as conservationists.
It's incredibly exciting to do the work that we do. Our job is to translate the scientific jargon and discoveries that they're making, and then to transfer that to the community. And so we're able to do that in really fun ways through interactive games, activities, science simulations.
Even if they just walk away with one bit of information that they didn't have before, I feel like we've done our job.
Our goal is to get everybody feeling like they're a part of nature, to make them inspired to have positive actions and change in the world, and to work really hard to conserve and protect the amazing things that make this biosphere so unique and incredible.
People of all ages love animals. The proximity to live animals opens people up. They drop their defenses regardless of their age in many instances, and they're excited to be in the presence of live animals.
One of the jokes we like to say is that the fun is on purpose and the learning happens by accident.
We're able to foster that curiosity and that exploration through our programs because we're informal ed. We're able to do it in a way where they're learning through play.
We have a philosophy here in education that we call feel, learn, act. And that the way to get to the learnings is not just to throw information at people, but to get them curious and excited and to build meaningful connections.
The detail that they put into those plans influences everybody who goes through. And my favorite part about it is that parents and children are learning really important things about science, and they don't even know it. They think they're just having a great time.
To make learning fun, it is incorporating opportunities for hands-on, up-close learning.
But it's really important that what people take away is that sort of magic and fun and awe that comes with having close interactions with wild animals and wild places.
We don't want it to feel like they're at school. We want them to be able to think that this is fun. This is something that they're able to be creative and be innovative. And then we also want to make sure that we are aligning that to state standards. We're sneaking those pieces in there.
What gets me up every morning is this idea that I am supporting a really passionate team of educators who are very excited to be connecting people to plants and animals.
And it doesn't have to be confined into, a classroom or worksheet, but is really out in the community in real world context.
We do a lot of learning through play in our programs. We have classes for little ones and a caregiver to come to the zoo for a program, and every single one of them has an element of free play where the children are just provided materials and they're allowed to explore those materials in whatever manner they're choosing.
We're not just focusing on science. We're finding ways to encourage children to read as well as in writing. We're looking for ways to use math in our programs.
That connection to nature through just play, I don't think there's anything quite like it.
One of the ways that we try really hard to connect our community to all this wonderful learning, especially literacy, is to make sure that we're connected with a lot of different local community partners. One of the things we offer at the Buttonwood Park Zoo is our bilingual book walk. And so bilingual book walk gives us a chance for students and kids who speak Spanish or Portuguese to come along and see a story that's represented both in English and in their native language.
In the first 5 years, we established about 30 different community partnerships.
We are always looking for opportunities to bring partners together, to work with each other. We're looking for shared projects and initiatives that large group of people can participate in. And those partnerships have truly helped to strengthen the whole educational ecosystem in our region.
One of my favorite programs is with the preschool that we co-founded in South Norwalk, in which we have 200 children in a marine-themed, STEM-oriented preschool, and every one of the families of those children, as well as the staff of the preschool, get a free family membership for the aquarium.
Science is not necessarily something that is focused on in early childhood, so we are coming in to help provide those learning opportunities.
We're trying to reach audiences through the schools, we're trying to reach audiences through free family programming, and then we work with our nonprofit partners, and we work with the city, and we work with the state to try to make that happen.
For us to make sure we're meeting the needs of our community, it's important for us to make sure we have a collaborative environment with other local institutions. We partner with a lot of different institutions in our area, and that's just not attractions as well, but you also think about the partnerships that we have with our local school districts.
We're thinking about who key partners would be. The zoo was a really natural fit because the intentionality around early childhood opportunities at the zoo. Caregivers and kids are talking about animal sizes and habitats and distances and time and all of these inherently mathematical concepts that are really embedded into these real world contexts.
For education in particular, we have quite a few programs that includes participation in fifth quarter, which is a partnership we have with Boston Public Schools, where students are on site for summer school essentially at Franklin Park Zoo. So it does incorporate ELA and math as well as zoo curriculum.
Not only accessibility is important to us, but creating those equitable pathways is critical to the work that we're doing. So we provide opportunities to all in a number of different ways. When we're talking about our educational programming, we have scholarships that are available for our camp programs that we host year-round, so not just summer, fall. Anytime school is out, for the most part, we'll have camp going to help meet that need in that community. We want to make sure we make this as accessible as possible and remove any barriers that we possibly can.
Math experiences become language experiences, and I think because math and literacy are deeply interconnected, these early playful learning opportunities support both numeracy and literacy development. which I think marry the work that we're doing at Math Talk in the campaign for grade level reading really well.
We integrate the learning into the very experiential, joyful, playful elements of our programming so that it doesn't feel like learning.
Zoo smells aren't always the best, but we love our zoo sounds and our zoo sights and our zoo feels. And so adding all those multi-sensory experiences in and finding ways to connect to people where they're at. Maybe you've got kids who are absolutely obsessed with video games, but there are ways to tie in your Minecraft axolotl with the ones that you might see at a zoo. Or there are ways to connect people who love music, but haven't made the connection that the foot patters of different animal movements can line up with the same sorts of sounds you could create on a number of different instruments. So trying to find different entry points so that everyone comes to the zoo and finds their own way to connect and to be inspired and to then go on and protect these animals and plants and wild spaces in their own lives is the absolute constant mission of the Buttonwood Park Zoo and most AZA accredited zoos in the world, I'd imagine.
What are we wanting our kids to discover? How are we wanting them to connect emotionally with what we're talking about? And how do we want them to take action? You can learn so much by reading books. Get them to go outside and explore because that's going to make them happier and healthier individuals and more connected with the world around them.
And we incorporate literacy, hands-on activities, as well as music, dance, and movement. And it's marine science focused, but really we do have a intentional incorporation of literacy.
We're told by the school system that there are parents who have asked, how do I get my kids into this program?
One of the things that we know that's very important is we have to start with our early learners. What's important about those pieces there is what we embed in there to help with literacy.
Zoos and aquariums are a place where learning really does come naturally. We are a great fit for the Campaign for Grade Level Reading and the Everyday Places and Spaces initiative because learning really does happen everywhere at the zoo.
We use that excitement and that inspiration to power learning. We want to be a place where people can come, they can enjoy the proximity to live animals that we provide, but we can also work with educators, in many cases people who have expertise that we may not, to build literacy, to build math skills, and to build citizenship.
Thank you for acknowledging the power of these places and these experiences to inspire learning. The Association of Zoos and Aquariums is proud to be a partner in the Campaign for Grade Level Reading, and I'm proud to welcome you all to 2025 Grade Level Reading Week.